Okay. I don't know if questioning our sanity on a weekly basis is healthy, but
Hey, I mean, at least we're reflecting on our own views and developing as we go.
It helps us
and growing in some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. You know.
But what I was gonna say was because, okay, I was gonna say that maybe we see killing a cockroach as justified because we. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome back to the factory. It's your favorite co-hosts. Well, I don't know if it's your favorite, but it's the co-host of the show, and you just have to deal with it. Kevin and Nick. So yeah, we're back again. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two. Anyways, so yeah, the last episode with Kadir was our longest yet.
Our longest episode yet, 2 hours and 30 minutes.
And the recording session.
We've never even recorded that long.
Yeah, it was even longer. It was like almost 3 hours of recording.
Exactly. Yeah.
So as a decision, we have decided to make the video shorter, or at least we're going to try. That unfortunately means that we are going to cut some stuff out in sense of like when we're planning scripts. But well, you guys as the audience will never know. So I guess it's just
we're just being too honest here, I guess.
Yeah, it's just us being transparent. But yeah. Hopefully this will decrease the watch time of the episode. But yeah, let's see how it goes. But anyway, today we are going to discuss the two fundamental concepts of morality of our society: good and bad. Ooh. Yeah, drum roll.
I don't know if drum roll was the better. Whatever.
Sure,
Whatever.
But yeah, our question for today.
We should probably have like an e-board. I just press a button.
Yeah.
For the future.
But yeah, question for this week is, how would you define good and bad? And this is the question, but it's more of a commentary, our commentary on the dichotomy of good and bad, and how that relationship between those two concepts really just is fascinating, I guess, to be honest. But yeah, you have anything to say before we jump into
let's just get straight into it, and yeah.
Cool. You take the first point.
Yeah, for sure. So the first point is about the inseparable pair.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's start with something that sounds simple, but it gets really complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Is there good without the bad? Like, is there any days without nights?
So, I mean, it really is just, it's hard to define. It's like that yin and yang thing again, but then again, I feel like they can be their own entities at the same time. But I don't know. I mean, like, at least the most easiest way that I can think of defining good and bad is that good is the absence of bad, and bad is the absence of good.
But then those meanings depend.
Exactly. It's kind of like the same way of like how light is the absence of darkness, and darkness is the absence of light, kind of thing.
Technically, it's only darkness is the absence of light, and then light is its own thing.
I'm glad you brought that up. So in this case, do you think that bad is the absence of good,
That's for that's
And
just
then
that's
good
just a
is just
science.
its own thing.
I don't know if that applies for this conversation. That's just how the science.
Because I'm kind of like closer to that. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what? Okay, I'll premise it this way because this is where I struggle in this throughout this entire episode. What I'm going to be thinking at the back of my mind.
Go for it. What is it?
As a Christian,
Mm-hmm.
we believe God was there before everything
Mm-hmm.
was created.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not only as a Christian, every faith believes that. And God is good,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Even when there was nothing else to be called as bad.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, good exists without bad.
Mm-hmm.
But then, how do you define that? You can't define good without
The bad.
defining bad, yeah. So like, the answer that I've kind of landed upon is that good and bad can exist on their own, independent of each other, but then their definitions cannot. If that makes sense.
I think I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah. But it's like all types of techie. So this is like the thing that I'm going to try to be figuring out throughout this entire episode. And
Cool.
but yeah, take us through the first prompt.
No, I just wanted to say this is
Yeah.
when you first brought up this topic and I told you my idea about this. Yeah, no, this is going in a completely different direction where I thought this was gonna go.
Yeah.
No, this is good.
For context, do you want to tell?
Oh yeah, sure. So when Kevin first brought up this idea to me, he was struggling with the script, and when he first, or at least with the first draft of the question that he brought to me, I was like, that sounds awfully to the can you separate the artist from his art question.
Yeah.
Okay? And then I went on a small tangent about that and how
Yeah.
I've thought about that since my IB days in high school because we were doing TOK and that was one of the things we were talking about before. So I told him I already have my answer, but that's my idea for you. You can branch off of there.
Yeah.
Well now we're here and
Yeah, and it went in a very different direction.
very different direction. Yeah.
Because I did start from that point when you told me, and I went back and I was thinking about, but the thing is, when it's about the art and the artist, it's about a relationship between creator and creation.
Yeah.
Whereas good
And the audience. Don't forget the audience.
Yeah, and the audience. But in the concept of good and bad, one hasn't created the other. One is just the opposite of the other. So it was kind of hard to connect the two. But yeah.
I get it. Don't worry.
But I could see where, at first glance, how it could have come up like that.
Well, what did you ask me first?
Discussion prompt.
Oh, the discussion problem. Can one exist without the other? Or
are they their own independent things that just happen to oppose each other? Okay, what is your position on this? Do you have a position on this?
I guess for now my answer would be, it'll probably develop as we keep talking. But right now for me it is two independent things that just happen to, at least in our views right now, to be the opposite of each other.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because, last episode, context matters.
Yeah.
Good and bad also depend on context.
True.
Scenarios,
We will discover. We're going to explore that way more. The whole context matters thing.
It's a whole scale.
Yeah. That's why I said that last episode, that this episode is going to pick up from where the last one ended off. Where here, we're at least one of the big points that this, that we're going to discover is that context matters. And then how our definitions of good and bad
changes based on that
based on the context.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an interesting part. But just as an introduction, we wanted to get into this. But I guess with the next one we can see, like we can try to put an example to, like, what about in practice? Like, have you ever experienced something that's good, that made you appreciate it because you experienced something bad before? Like, does joy hit different after you've been through pain? Also, kind of touching upon the standards episode with Anton,
Oh,
with that last little
Yeah.
callback.
yeah.
Mm.
But at least from my personal experience, I'm trying to
Mhm.
think of an example of this. Hmm. I don't know. I've just came up with a stupid one. It's about a toy or whatever.
Why not?
I don't know. It's a bit stupid.
I mean, go for it. Why?
Right. No, I just want to. Right. I guess this also ties into last episode.
Mm.
I guess as I grew older,
Uh-huh.
and my whole thing about being naturally distant because of my, because of the way because of my circumstances. Yeah, that's a short way to put it.
Hold on. Just my bad. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, moving on.
So yeah, based on my circumstances, to say in a short way, I grew to appreciate more relationships,
Mm.
and the close relationships especially, even though I was horrible at maintaining them
Mm.
and keeping in touch with them.
Mm.
So that's probably my answer for now, or a big one for me.
Okay. So, but do you think you appreciated the close ones more because of, just because, or was it because that you experienced the loss?
It's a combination of both. As I grew older, learning the value of.
I'm sorry, this is a particle in the air. Just yeah.
Well, as I grew older, learning the value of relationships and having close friends, as well as losing that friendship as well. Or not necessarily losing it, but not having that same strong relationship, I guess, to put it in a way.
Okay. Yeah, I think, there is a relationship between good and bad and joy and pain, and that is like, you can't debate that. Of course, joy feels sweeter after it takes some pain to achieve.
Sweet revenge. In extreme cases, don't do it.
Yeah, and like, I mean, good, like if something good happens after you've had like a bad streak, it obviously feels much better. But
Oh yeah, we can put this in the context of like sports as well,
yeah,
right?
but at the same time, I mean, I wouldn't say that like we appreciate good things just because of our experience of bad things.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
think we just appreciate good for what it is in some weird way, and that we just have an understanding of what good and bad are. And obviously that understanding develops as you grow as a kid
Yeah.
from society and such. But yeah, it's interesting though. I think maybe this is an interesting way to put it, but it might change as well. But I think good cat my bad, excuse me. But I think good and bad enhance each other.
Yeah.
Like bad stuff feels worse because good is there, and good stuff feels better because bad is there,
Yeah.
in a way. At least that's what I'm thinking about right now. But it might change. It might change.
No, I think it makes sense, right? Because like after a losing streak, like you said, in any sport, after you get like a win for whatever reason, because you've been training or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
that win feels so much better because of all
Yeah.
the because of the context that happened
Yeah.
before and all the stuff that happened
Yeah,
before.
like even if like when you finally figure out like a
Mhm.
move or like in my case timing when it comes to volleyball, which I still have. I've gotten so close, by the way.
You have. I've seen
I've
it.
figured out that I am either 1 second early or 1 second late.
Yep.
The problem is now I need to figure out where that in the middle is. But anyway, but yeah, stuff like that as well. It's about the context.
It's always about the context. Yeah.
But I guess we can think more about it as like, yeah, you read this. Why not?
Yeah. If there's a world where nothing bad ever happens, would we even recognize the goodness, or would it just be a neutral existence?
Yeah. So I'll tell it from my context,
Yeah.
because I mean, us as believers obviously believe in heaven, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we spend eternity, basically. And heaven is described as a place where no bad happens. Like it's just pure goodness, no tears, no sorrow, no blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So now, so this was my question to a group of people, well, not a group of people, but a few people that I was having a conversation with regarding this when I was preparing for this episode. And I was like, heaven is all good, and hell, or like in our context, the lake of fire, is all bad. But then, like, we know heaven is good because of the context of knowing the lake of fire is there. And we know the lake of fire is bad because the context of heaven is there. Like, if that was just default settings, like, let's say it was just, like, forget any of this ever happened and we just in heaven from birth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just it. Like, we don't know about hell, earth, nothing, whatever. It's just pure, this permanent goodness that we've been living in. Would we recognize, like, as the question asked, would we even recognize that it's good? We would recognize emotions like, we're happy,
Yeah.
we're, generous, or like whatever those positive emotions are. But then I don't know if we would recognize the concept of goodness itself.
Yeah, no, this is just hard to think about because it's just such a
Yeah.
idealistic world.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where nothing bad ever happens, right? And of course,
Yeah.
everybody has their own meanings of bad because of their background and context
Yes, yeah.
and what they value.
Yeah.
But if we do take it, if we step into this theoretical world, idealistic theoretical world, I guess so. I guess it would just feel like a neutral existence. Because there is no struggle, there is no sorrow, sadness.
Yeah.
It's just
And I think
good.
that is part of the reason why we are not just by default in heaven, because like we wouldn't appreciate those things unless we did go through the struggle and sorrow and this and that on earth.
Mm-hmm.
So in that same way, obviously, like if you see it from the bigger picture, it is beneficial for everybody if we were just to be default spawned in heaven.
Right.
But yeah, it's also about that appreciativeness. I don't know. So I mean, my view is that I think we would just recognize it as a neutral existence if we did not have the context of knowing what bad is.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing though? The neutral existence though.
I don't think it's a bad
It's
thing.
not a bad thing, right?
I think that's what we all aim to
Right.
achieve as a society, just to not be bad. But
Sounds like a gambler, honestly. You're not trying to win, you're just not trying to lose the money.
Yeah, but I think it's like with human nature and all, it's not possible on this earth at least.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a theoretical, idealistic world where nothing bad ever happens, no struggles. Nah. Yeah, no.
You don't think it exists in that sense?
Yeah, because struggle is almost inevitable of any sort. It doesn't have to be through pain or not. Well, no, there's definitely going to be pain, but I mean, like through loss or something like that. There's going to be struggles through hard work or pursuing your passions, stuff like that as well.
Okay.
So no, nothing bad. No. If that means no struggles, no. Yeah, no. It's just no. That doesn't exist.
You heard it here first, folks.
We struggle.
But yeah, does this mean that bad things are necessary for good things to have meaning? And if so, is that depressing or profound? I think it's both. I think it's depressingly profound.
So for you, it means that.
I think like we recognize good things because
Also
bad
the bad.
things exist.
But the good must still have meaning, even if there is no bad, right?
That's the thing, because it's also hard to, because as I said in the beginning, it's like in the beginning, good and bad exist independently, but I don't think their definitions do, and it's hard to separate a concept from its definition, since its definition is literally trying to define what it is. But the thing is, when it comes to good and bad, you can't, like, what kindness is because the opposite exists. The word for what, like, opposite kindness is not coming to my mind right now. Because of cruelty or whatever. That's what kindness is. Or that's how you define kindness. So in the same way, I don't think, because I'm thinking it from like a human perspective, right? That because we as humans, we need to, if we have to understand something, we have to define it. You can't understand something that you can't define, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, when it comes to good and bad, you can't define it without the other. And that's just how we understand it. But then I think in its nature, good has existed independently. And I think bad can exist independently as its own. I don't know if it can as its own concept, but
I don't know, maybe because based on the example that you gave, like kindness because you know what the opposite is, cruelty or blunt honesty, let's say. I don't know. I've never defined kindness as the opposite of blunt honesty.
Well, not blunt honesty, like
or cruelty.
Yeah.
In the way you said it, I've never defined it that way.
How have you defined?
I've defined it as just actions that help people in some sort of way.
Okay, but you know what help is because the opposite also exists, right? Like if you didn't know what brings people down, how would you assign a meaning to what help
Empathy,
is?
I guess. No?
Yeah, but again, that empathy exists because it's possible for people to get. Why am I short of words? What is going on?
Because it's a complicated topic. Don't worry. It's just
No, what's the opposite of helping someone?
knocking them down. I don't know.
Okay, knocking them down. Because the possibility of people getting knocked down is there, is why you recognize helping as pushing people up, right? Or is it not?
No. At least I want to think it's not.
Or rather,
Me.
do you see? Well, this is a tangent, but do you
Let's
see,
get into it. Why not?
do you see helping as pushing other people up just because a higher place exists?
Yeah.
Okay. Then how would that translate to good and bad? Is the question.
There you go. That's a good question. Yeah.
By the way, if you guys have your own answers, oh my god.
It's an earthquake. It's an earthquake. Get down to the
Jesus.
table. I'm joking. No, it's all good. Somebody fell apparently, or something.
What?
Or
Nah,
something.
that's
I
not
don't know.
somebody.
I
I would be
don't know.
very concerned if that was someone. He made the earth rattle. What? But yeah. But yeah, you guys and the audience, if you guys have some insight into this, please put it in the comments, because I think a lot of this episode is just us going to go in circles.
Because the thing is, sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
we probably are going to go in circles a lot of the time. Because the thing is, I don't want to think that we're doing good things because we know there is a bad outcome, or because if we don't do them, we get the bad outcome. I want to believe that we do good things because it's just it's the right thing to do, right? But then what is the right thing to do, right?
Yeah, and even if we do it because of that, it's a very small minority of people that do it just because it's the right thing.
That's probably true. I hope not, but that's probably true.
Like, I mean,
Right, because we are human beings. We've survived because of community. So we have the capability, and we do have empathy and sympathy.
no, that's the thing.
right?
We've existed as a community. We've existed throughout these years and survived throughout these years as a community because being alone wasn't an option.
Exactly.
So, again, it's like we did that good of being a community because the outcome of the bad, which was being alone, is death.
Yeah, but to build those communities, we built tools like empathy and sympathy to bring other people with us.
I don't think we built them. We just had
Well,
it.
we didn't
Yeah.
build them, but
We had it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Right? Because not just the fact, because we can't just build a community because we all just wanted to survive, right? Individually, right? We have to have some sense of
I think you can.
sympathy or empathy between each other so the community as a whole can thrive, not just
Survive.
a group of people surviving.
No, I agree with like those things needing, like being there as requirements for us to thrive rather than just survive.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it started out with just trying to survive.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then while after innovation made
Mhm.
surviving not the base or not the default mode of thinking or whatever,
Mhm.
that you're just trying to survive, that you can actually do something apart from just trying to survive.
Mhm.
That's when the real sense of like community in the abstract sense started coming up. If I were to take the perspective of a very like primalistic early humans, again, that's not what I believe because the Bible tells a very different story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just being the devil's advocate here.
Yeah, no, this question is hard in general.
Yeah.
But
Bro, what
at least
the
we have
hell?
but at least we found like a foundation for our own opinions, right? At least
Yeah.
for me, I want to think that good can have meaning without the bad. That we do
Okay.
good things because it
Yeah.
is just good. But you have
And I think
the
it's
opposite.
just, yeah, it's a necessary evil. Okay.
It's a necessary evil. So we understand the good.
Okay, well, we can. It's perfect because we can dive into this
Exactly,
more now.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
point two: good people versus good responses. So now, this actually I came across in Pinterest. So I was, for you who audience who do not know, uh, when it comes to how these episodes are, this is a very transparent episode.
Yeah, surprisingly,
If you
right?
guys, yeah, like this is a lot of inside knowledge as to how this podcast works. So I guess enjoy it while I talk about it.
Yeah, if anybody has a question about it in the future, be like, yeah, just watch this episode.
Yeah,
Just watch
go to the good versus
just go
bad
to this
episode. It's all
Exactly.
good. But yeah, how these scripts are made is, at least for the time being, is that it's a combination of my own thoughts about these. It's more like I collect a few thoughts and opinions and views on the certain topic, and then I, as a note, put in my own view, my own view on that certain thought or position or whatever, and then I combine it all into like a script that gives us questions that we can talk about.
Base our conversation around. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the sources that I get these views and perspectives and thoughts on is Pinterest. Because why not? So this one I found on Pinterest, and it really, it was a good twist.
A
So
good
what?
twist?
Yeah. So what it was, there's the popular saying that, or popular question: why do good things happen to bad people? Right? And this source gave a different view on it, where it was like, so the entire thing was, people say that good things happen to bad people, but I think bad things happen to people, and how they respond to it decides whether they're good or not. And I was like, I took some time to think about it, and I was like, that's right. I think that's right. I think that's true, and that opens up the whole world of either good and bad being an inherent quality to humans or a conscious decision. So that's what we're going to dive into this point about. So, yeah. So like, what if bad things just happen to everyone? And what the hell?
That's the third time, right?
Yeah. What is?
I don't know if the video is gonna. Well, it probably is because it's shaking the whole floor.
Yeah. We apologize for that. We have no control over whatever is going on.
Upstairs or downstairs, wherever it is, I can't tell.
It feels like Godzilla punched the side of the building. That's what.
Is it
feels like.
Godzilla? Let me. I'm joking. Of course it's not. But no, that's a
Finnish Godzilla just do
Finnish
it on takesy. Anyway, but yeah, and what makes people good is how they respond. So like, does this resonate with you? That like, good and bad aren't like inherent qualities that you're born with, but choices you make in response to circumstances.
yeah. That actually resonates with me because that's all what life is: choices,
Yeah.
choices. Right? And the consequences on those choices as well, right? And how you respond to those
context.
consequences.
Yeah.
And then choices again,
Yeah.
again, and the consequences. Sorry, cycle. That's life.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah. So I think it's. How do you think this question of why do bad things happen to good people came up? Like, was it formed by people who became too arrogant to think that they're good by default? That their goodness is not constantly being challenged with each choice they have to make?
I won't wait. Their goodness not being challenged.
Yeah, I mean, do they think that their goodness is not being challenged by each choice that they make? Because like, I mean, at least like the undertone insinuation behind that question of why do bad things happen to good people is that what? Whatever.
Keep going.
Yeah. uh, is that like that the said bad thing causes the good person to fall, or like the good person to do something wrong, or something. That's the underlying insinuation, at least, that I get from why do bad things happen to good people. Or at least
That's not how I understand those quotes. I
Okay.
understand those quotes as the bad people taking advantage of the system and taking the easy way,
Mm.
and the high people, no. The good
The
people
superior people, yeah.
and the good people, because those bad people are taking the easy way out, suffer because of
Their
the
consequences of their choices.
the consequences of the bad people's choices. Exactly.
Okay. But I mean, it's bad things don't always happen because of bad people's like the
Oh no,
consequence.
no,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that's how I
That's a
understood
part
the
of
quote.
it. Okay, yeah.
That's how I understood the quote.
I mean, at least from where I come from, right?
Mhm.
This question is used a lot when people talk about God, at least.
Oh, okay.
You know, like if you know, like we are supposed to be good and follow God, then why do bad things still happen?
Mhm.
And like, I mean, one, it is well, okay. I won't go deep into the because that's a whole
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
discussion.
yeah,
But then
yeah.
it's pretty much this that you're not defined as a good person by default. You're a person. How you
Live your life.
live your life, how you respond to those bad things that happen, they show whether you're good or you're bad, because we have both. We're both good and we're both bad. But like, which one you practice more, or which one you've surrendered yourself to more, being good or being bad, comes up when you respond to those like, actions speak louder than words, so like in that sense. And yeah, that's why I think okay, good and bad are, I think they're both things that you have within yourself,
I would. Well,
because we have a conscience first,
mhm.
but we also have like the desire to do bad stuff sometimes,
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
So that dichotomy and duality is there in the human person,
Okay.
and which one wins is according to your decision. Is that what
Yeah, cool. Yeah. That's a good. Okay. That's a
Yeah.
great way of putting it. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
No disagreements there.
I like how I put it down here. We're all neutral until tested.
Until tested. Yeah, because that's kind of
Yeah.
true, right? Like you said, we have the potential to be good or bad. We could also be inherit the good and the bad. And then when the choice arrives,
Yeah.
you have to choose which one to do. But of course, context matters, and the answer is never quite clear as this one is good, this one is bad. What do you want to be? You want to be the black symbiote Spider-Man or the red and
Normal
blue
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Yeah. But do you think there's something empowering about this perspective? Like, you're not at the mercy of circumstances. You're just like, of course, there are things that you can't control.
Yes, there's a lot.
And there's a lot, like, especially if we take your case, you couldn't control that you had to keep moving from
Oh, for sure.
place to place.
For sure.
But then I would say the way you responded to that change showcased what kind of person you are. If you were just always moody about it and complaining about each environment that you went to, I wouldn't call that a good person. But then you were not like that. You developed a very appreciative, very curious personality towards it.
Thank you. I would think so.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you do get to choose who you become through your reactions than
And-
just blaming your circumstances.
And your actions, not just reactions.
True, yeah. Than just blaming your circumstances all the time. You can blame them sometimes because sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
True.
It do happen.
True.
But yeah, most times rather than not, I think it's up to you. At least that's what I would say. Any more thoughts before we move on?
At least not for now.
Yeah.
No, I do have, but we're probably going to get into them anyways
Yeah.
soon in the next part, where it's about laws, morality, and human nature. Whoa! This is where we get into the uncomfortable gray.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
All right. A quote from Plato. Good people don't need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the law.
Yeah.
Right, so what does this tell us about the nature of good and bad? Is Plato saying that good is something internal or something that doesn't need external enforcement?
What do you think? What do you think Mr. Plato, Mr. Plato, is trying to tell us? And
Oh,
he-
what he's trying to tell us.
yeah. And do you agree with what he's trying to tell us?
So he basically, well, from my understanding, is he's saying that we have we have potential for good, and we do have good in us,
Yes.
and based on those things, we might not need laws because empathy, sympathy, and hopefully we would do those good actions. But then, like, he's dividing two group of people in this quote, I feel like.
Look
This
at
is
it
just
from the
me.
perspective of the concepts rather than the people.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's
Yeah.
probably much better.
Because I mean, as you said, with people, context always matters. But
Yeah.
like we're seeing it as a concept. So, I mean, what do you think he's trying to tell us about the nature of good and about the nature of bad?
So I feel like the nature of bad is much more easier to define here. So the nature of bad is always to take the easy way, take the easy route to get whatever they want or need in that specific scenario, without taking into regard the consequences of those actions that it can have to them and to the people around them. And what and for the good one, this is a bit hard to define, but I think he's trying to say that there doesn't need or that good actions don't come from, or at least they shouldn't come from what's the word?
A set of rules.
Not like, yeah, but a set of rules that comes from a common.
Enforcement.
I've lost the words, bro.
This is what I'm telling you, bro. Funnily enough, we faced the same thing the last time we were in this room.
Yeah.
For context, we're recording in another part of the room, but this is the same room we were in for uniqueness, and we were at a loss for words even during that episode.
Yeah. Coincidence?
I think not. This room is cursed. No,
That's
I'm
right.
kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go
okay.
ahead. I'll probably come up with the word soon.
Right. So when I was going through this,
Mm-hmm.
how I interpreted this quote was that good doesn't need a justification to show
Yes.
that it's good.
That's a better way of putting it.
Yeah. And bad, because here it says bad people would try to find a way around the laws. So bad, in a way, tries to imitate good. It tries to justify, it tries to get to the same result, or like whatever the desired result is, by trying to imitate good, or by trying to imitate the consequences of good, I would say. And that in its own nature means that bad is trying to justify itself, which means
That's a
in
beautiful
most
way of putting
cases
it. Yep.
that it is not justified. So it shows that dichotomy of that, there's another quote that I've not put here, but it kind of, you're going to credit it to the good and bad argument, which is like truth never minds being questioned. A lie does.
Yeah.
In the same way, good never minds being
Challenge. Question. Yeah.
but bad does.
Yeah, because if it's challenged, you get a deeper understanding
Yeah.
for it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then a lie is just that. It's just surface.
Yeah,
It's just the tip of the iceberg. There's nothing underneath it.
It's very shallow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a glass onion. Yeah, I just completely stole that from the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think that is? Like, I mean, is it because good sets the standard and bad is just like a deviation from that
That's
standard?
what I was gonna
or-
say in my understanding of the quote. Like,
Mm.
good doesn't need standards from society. There you go. That's what I wanted
Okay.
to say. It doesn't need standards from society to guide them, but it seems like the lies and the bad actions does, right? And they
Yeah.
walk through this,
Yeah.
just trying to, like you said, trying to disguise themselves as good people and good actions, when in reality
They're not.
they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, it's not that the standards set what good and bad are. I think it's,
Right.
it's what good sets the standard, which in
That's a great way of putting it.
Which-
Yeah. The good actions sets the standards.
sets the standards,
Exactly.
which in return, which in consequence exposes the bad.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Because like I'm saying, because this is the whole concept behind the law in the Bible, by the way, like 10 Commandments. I know
Oh,
you've
okay.
heard of what 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
The whole so a lot of people misunderstand this, thinking that the law is something that is meant to be followed. I mean, okay, it is. It is. Obviously, it is. But then the thing is, the law is it's basically showing what God's standard of good is. And it just shows, its whole purpose was meant to show how far we humans are from reaching it on our own. Okay? And basically, how one person, I really like how he talked about it, that, when we see this from a big picture view, like if we take the entire story of what happened, the disease in this case is sin. All right.
Okay.
Now, when you go to a doctor for an ailment, for the doctor to make you understand what's going on with your body, he first gives you a diagnosis. Correct? He doesn't just go straight to treatment.
Yeah, of course.
Because obviously you would be very skeptical of it. You
Of
wouldn't
course.
allow. Yeah. So in this case, the law is the diagnosis. The law defines what sin is. In the sense that if it's not this, if it's not this, if it's not this, like do not murder. So that means if you murder, that's sin. Do not commit adultery. So if you do adultery, that's sin. So it defines what sin is. And then, but what people misunderstand is they think the law is not a diagnosis, but it's the cure. That if you follow this law, then you won't be bad. Which is true. If you follow the law, you won't be bad. But the truth is you can't, because you as a human just don't have the capacity to follow the law. So the cure in this case was Christ and him paying the penalty for that sin through his death and all of that theology behind that. So in a similar way, what I'm trying to say here is that good as a concept sets the standard of what we think morality is, or being more moral is, and then bad, which in consequence defines what bad is, because if anything falls out of this definition, it is not good. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. This is a tangent, but this reminded me of,
What's up?
I was having a discussion with Alex, future guest on the pod, by the way. He'll come here in a few episodes. But I was having a discussion with Alex, and he brought this very interesting I would say, view into definitions that I had never given thought to before, which was like, so we were talking about nothingness,
Yeah.
what nothingness is. And he said that nothingness in its nature cannot be defined because then
Yeah, you
it's
told me this, I
because then
remember.
it's something. So nothingness as an entity constantly uh, morphs itself to avoid any definition it's given.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that is so fascinating. So, in the same way, bad as a concept, because so this is why I think that they're so interconnected, because bad as a concept tries to, well, not tries to, it morphs around what not good is.
Mm.
Like, because I mean, putting aside my beliefs for a bit, in this society at least, what good and bad is being constantly defined. So, for whatever definition of what good is, what it is not is bad. And I think in the same in the same way, good is constantly morphing itself to not be bad, and bad is constantly morphing itself to not be good. If that makes
Okay, I see
any
what you
sense.
mean. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
But then they can exist independently as concepts because they've always existed because it's abstract, right?
Right.
But then obviously we can't define it without the other.
Mm.
Damn, we do some big brain
Yeah.
revelation right
Yeah.
yeah. I like that. Yeah. What do you think?
I
Did
got
that sink
nothing.
in?
Yeah, it's sinking in. I just got nothing to say to that because, yeah, you're in many ways the way you've said it. Yeah, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's very, very deep. But I think we can move on like to the next point. So now we're going to dive deeper into context matters. Worse makes bad look good. So yeah, this is another quote where it was said, "Bad is called good when worse happens." Now, here's where we must take a pause and say that the definition of bad and good here is different from what we have been
Discussing
thus far. Because there is a difference between absolute good and bad and relative good and bad. And we are now going to delve into relative good and bad.
Mm.
So, same thing with like the uniqueness thing where, we define uniqueness as either being an observable action or being an inherent quality.
Yeah.
So in that same way, it's two definitions of good and bad now that we're going into. Now, have you ever caught yourself saying something like, well, at least it's not as bad as, so like what do you think that does to our definition of bad? Excuse me.
Damn. Because now that I think about it, is there absolute good or bad?
Yeah.
Maybe, probably. And it probably changes based on the person, their values, and their background. But a lot of the time, I feel like it's just relative. Because, coming back to the context matters thing. Right?
No, but I would say there are definite boundaries in some, like murder, for example. You can never...
That one could be argued as well, though.
No, but regardless of the intention or like the context behind said murder, it is still...
That could still be argued, though.
Argued how?
Self-defense.
Yeah, but
probably.
it's still something bad that you did. You did it in terms of protection,
Yeah.
which fair enough, but you still took another person's life.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that. That's
Exactly.
right.
And you're not
But
saying that because it's absolute. In the same way, telling the truth is always good and telling a lie is always bad. Regardless of whether, like, for example, you're telling a lie to protect someone's feelings,
right.
it's still bad that you lied to them.
Right.
So there is absolute good and bad, and there is also relative good and bad. Like how
Oh, so
our-
they're like intertwined more
Yeah.
like that. Mm.
I would say where it's like a gradient, like in my mind, how I'm picturing it right now, it's like a gradient where like absolute good and bad is like one solid color, relative good and bad is like one solid color, and they meet at one point where like they shift. And I think that combination part is where our constitutional laws lie. Because if our constitutional laws were based on absolute good and bad, they will never change.
Right. Yeah. But they
But
always
they do.
change. Yeah.
So obviously, it does have a part in relative good and bad, but then its foundation is based on absolute good and bad.
Yeah. I think about it like a scale. You have the good and bad, and then you have a smaller scale in between that you can move depending on the scenario and the context. Yeah.
Okay. That's a bit iffy though.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
But that's how I'm thinking about it right now.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, what does that, like, that context of like things can get worse? How does that change your definition of like bad situations in this case? Because that's more or less what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Situational good and bad.
I guess in that situation, we just right, because then you could talk about it in terms of I have absolute bad, but like you said, it doesn't change.
Yeah.
And then we have the relative. No, what would you say?
Relative, yeah.
Relative good and bad.
Or
Which in-
situational good and bad.
Yeah, which in this case is always going to change depending on
The context.
the scenario and the context. So I guess talking about this specific quote world, that's not as bad as something worse.
Yeah.
The meaning of bad, I guess, would be the worse, and then the good would be the bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Or the bad would be the good. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the bad
Yeah.
would be the good. Yeah.
It's weird, and it's like like is good and bad relative to context. I mean, are there absolute standards? Like stealing is always bad, or does it depend on why you're stealing? And that's what I touched upon.
Right. Yeah. That's and then the
Yeah.
scales. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
But I mean, how much do you think that affects it though?
What?
Like, so stealing is objectively bad, right?
Yeah.
But then in us as humans, like, let's keep aside being super objective and like whatever, like morality. Let's keep that aside. In terms of sticking to it, stealing is objectively bad. But then how much as we humans can we justify it because of why we know? Because the reason of that stealing after knowing it.
How much can we justify it?
Yeah, like how much can we justify stealing as good rather than bad just because we know why it's being done? Like, for example, Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
The
He stole from the rich to give to the poor. Yeah.
Now that's objectively bad, but we see him as a hero because it's the quote unquote right thing to do. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think in that case? Like, I mean, would you because whenever we see quote unquote justice trying to be enforced upon Robin Hood, we just interpret that as the rich people trying to keep their money. And like, justice is influenced by the power
Yeah.
of these influential people.
Yeah.
And it's always against the common man or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then like it's the perfect story to make you flip your definition of what good and bad could be.
Right.
So like what worldview would you come out from that while maintaining your view of absolute good and absolute bad? Like for example, to make it easier,
Yeah.
like if your kid saw Robin Hood, and then let's say he, in the modern era, as he grows up, starts stealing from the rich and gives to the poor. Would you be proud of him, disappointed in him, angry at him, well, him or her, whatever? How would you feel? Because I mean, it's all well and good as long as it's a story, but when it starts happening to you,
Yeah.
what would you think? And sometimes, like, you know, the quote-unquote rich people in that category, some of them, yes, got in it through bad methods as well. That's also another layer of context to add. But then there are also rich people who have genuinely earned every penny that they make. But then just because they belong to that category of being the rich and they've gotten stolen from, aren't they completely justified to see that action as a bad, regardless of whether it's being given to the poor or not?
Because the thing is, the reason why this is so hard, like you said, you can just add layers and layers and layers and layers of context,
Yeah.
right? Because, for example, like the billionaire, he's a billionaire, or it doesn't matter, millionaire, right? Like, how much money did Robin Hood have to steal to make this guy care? He must have stolen like 50% of his revenue from his company as making $1 billion for him to be able, for him to even to start caring, right?
Yeah.
And this is one guy. How much money could he possibly steal without getting noticed, right? And then there's also the fact that he can just buy his way through victory through the law, and then, you know, give an unfair punishment to Robin Hood. It's just layers and layers.
And there's another layer of human greed.
Exactly, and there's also that, right? Why is this billionaire not giving money to the poor already if he has so much money to begin with? It's that's why this topic in of itself is so hard to tackle, because you can just keep adding layers of context that seems like it weighs one more side to the other, but like I said, you can add infinite layers, and it's just gonna keep shifting.
So as a response to that, like does this relativity thing like mean that our moral compass is constantly shifting based on what we compare things to? And if so, isn't that dangerous?
Not necessarily to what we compare to, but
like
what we know.
Yeah, like based on the knowledge that we get.
Exactly. And that is scary.
Like for example, for those of you who have not watched the 1,000 players simulating a civilization in Minecraft,
Oh, that's an amazing video.
leave this episode and go watch that video right now.
Okay.
And then come back and then listen to this, because this is major spoilers that I'm about to give.
That's a first.
So spoilers in 3, 2, 1. When Sap,
yep.
was falsely accused of the assassination of 7 top leaders, he was viewed as the most evil person in the entire world.
He was the most wanted criminal, yeah.
By everybody.
Not everybody on the island too. Everybody on island too.
Right, yeah. Well, for a while, even Island 1.
But they didn't know much.
They didn't know, exactly. They didn't know much. So they just, because Spood...
he didn't want to talk to him at the beginning,
and Turntap only did that because Saps agreed to pay him 2 stacks of diamonds. Otherwise, he wouldn't do that. Al-Karasina pirates wanted to kill him to get the bounty.
They wanted the bounty.
But then obviously the actual mastermind behind all of it was Flux. But then he was viewed as the quote-unquote savior of Luminara for that short time when he rose to power.
Yeah.
Right? So that's like... But then as soon as the truth came out, the moral shift
everybody's view
Just
shifted.
bam.
Sap was the good guy and Flux was the
the bad.
most evil.
Yeah, and everybody wanted Flux's head.
Exactly.
And it draws an interesting point of how the moral compass did not shift because they wanted to kill Saps based on the action that killing seven leaders was
they
wrong.
wanted justice for all the leaders.
all the leaders.
All those leaders, yeah, exactly.
So that morality did not shift,
of course it didn't.
but the target of that morality shifted based on the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So drawing from that example, I don't think our moral compass shifts. It's defined based on absolute good and bad, and then how we interpret absolute good and bad as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then the way we practice said moral compass, the way that we direct it, depends on the knowledge that we have.
I agree with you there,
Yeah.
for sure. And that is scary
Mm.
and dangerous.
It's
It is.
if I learned anything from that video, it's just how easily information can be manipulated and how easily people can be manipulated by information.
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously, if you guys have not watched that video, this player called Fluxion is a goddamn genius for the political drama that he pulled, you know? It was insane.
The geopolitical stuff he pulled in that video.
It
in
was
a Minecraft world.
insane how he almost got away with everything. Literally. Like if not for that freaking
For that
video,
one player,
just sailing by the
Exactly.
side, he would have gotten away with everything. I was reading the comments and one of the people were like, that video of Flux digging by the sand is like the new uncovered footage of 9/11. And I was like, facts.
exactly.
It is insane. So please go watch that video. You will learn a lot from it. And it's also crazy how none of it is scripted, and that's just how naturally.
I know, right?
1,000 players.
Even if it isn't scripted, it still turned out to be a great story, and it's very
one of the
enjoyable.
greatest stories, and according to me, one of the greatest YouTube videos that I've watched. Like I watched his other, because he has done another 1,000.
No, he's done multiple.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
I watched that one. It still doesn't compare to this one.
It doesn't compare to that one?
And it's also funny because I mean you see it from the context of the recent one, because
Yeah.
in the first one, technically the first one, which is 2 years ago, Sapurata is a democratic leader, and Spood is just a normal citizen, and Flux, Saps, and Jofiel all live in the same country.
Yeah.
So it's crazy just seeing it from the
From the other context from the other
context
video.
of the other
Yeah.
one. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, I mean, any other like thoughts that you have that you might wanna shed on this?
Just reiterating my point.
Yeah,
Context always tips
I think like a good takeaway from it
Yeah.
would be to, like, for us as people personally,
Mm-hmm.
just really be more mindful of how you interpret things
Oh, for sure.
and how your moral compass shifts in terms of its target at times, you know. Like be very, because a lot of it is done unconsciously. It's just a
For sure.
natural reaction to said information.
For sure.
So
Social media thrives on anger and negative emotions a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
yeah, so just be very mindful and self-aware of that fact. Yeah, moving on, 2.5. I think this is yours.
This is my point.
Yeah.
What does that say? Nietzsche?
I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Nietzsche. I think it's Nietzsche. For those who are trying to understand what we're talking about, there's this. I think it's German.
And the
or
aesthetic of
Russian?
I am gonna search this up right now because I do
Yeah.
not want to butcher this.
Nietzsche. It's the philosopher guy. He's a famous philosopher, but I cannot pronounce his name for the life of me.
I am not the only one that pronounces it wrong.
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche.
You're right.
Nietzsche.
Sounds like a Chinese word. Yeah. Nietzsche.
Nietzsche and the aesthetics of morality.
Mm.
So he said that if you kill a cockroach, you are,
My bad.
if you kill a cockroach, you are a hero. If you kill a butterfly, you are bad. Morality has aesthetic standards.
Facts. Let's dive deep. If we are getting our asses whooped by context matters, aren't we?
Context matters. That's just gonna be a quote from.
Just assume that context matters in everything now.
Yeah, exactly.
We are tired of saying it again.
Exactly. We're just gonna say it at the end of the video, and don't forget, context matters.
Yeah. By the way, I realized I didn't tell my entertainment enlightenment line last episode.
Few episodes, I think now 2 episodes now.
No, I think I saw it. I told it in Comfort or Fear, but I didn't say it last, like for loneliness.
Yeah, you didn't say it last episode.
But anyway, complete tangent. But yeah, why don't you read that first question? Then let's dive into this.
Alright, why do we feel different about killing cockroaches versus a butterfly? They're both just insects. Is it purely aesthetic, or is there something else
Going on. What do you think, my brother? What do you think?
We are doomed, and we're all destined to die.
Yeah, for those of you who think this job is easy, it's not.
God, I wanna believe this is not true, but like I already told you, like, some examples behind the scenes, right? There's the first one. There's multiple examples of this, but the first one is, in the past, pigeons were used as messengers, and they even gave medals to pigeons.
Medal of Honors.
Medal of Honors, yeah, during World War II, I think, even,
Yeah.
and World War One. And now we call them rat with wings.
Yeah.
And another one is
Squirrel.
squirrels. So I don't know who said this, but it's very true. Squirrels are rats or mouses or mice with good marketing.
And they're more aesthetically pleasing. So yeah. It's okay. I don't know if questioning our sanity on a weekly basis is healthy, but you know.
Hey, I mean, at least we're reflecting on our own views and
Yeah,
developing as we go.
It helps us.
And growing
as
in
people.
some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form, you know?
But what I was gonna say was because, okay, I was gonna say that maybe we see killing a cockroach as justified because the cockroach is distasteful and in a way harms us. Like heavy quotation marks.
Right, exactly. That's what I was going to
Harms
say.
us.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay,
Anything
like this was
can
the-
harm us.
This was
right?
the thought. Right? No, not only that, but it actually doesn't harm us. So, but quote unquote harms us. Whereas butterflies just minding their own business, looking beautiful, right? So we justify killing a cockroach because we see it as that's what it deserves. But then we see killing a butterfly as unjustified because that's not what it deserves. Where keeping preconceived notions aside, both of them don't deserve it because both of them haven't done shit to us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
You've probably done more shit to them.
exactly. So is society the real villain here? Or like what's going on?
Hey, bro, global warming, extinctions of animals. Do I need to mention all the other stuff? It's just a never-ending list.
Racism, sexism, yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started on societal issues, too. I was just mentioning external
yeah,
issues.
yeah.
It's-
Ozone layer depletion.
yeah.
Deforestation.
Deforestation.
Yeah, we really are the problem.
God, yeah.
Uh,
Let's just move on. Let's just,
this is just depressing as shit.
Yeah, let's just move on to the next point.
No, wait, hold on, no, wait a second. Yeah, no, actually,
Yeah,
This
I
is
told
just-
you.
it's
I
gonna
told
make
you.
us-
I told you. I
it's
told
gonna
you.
we would rather not dive into that. It's gonna
I
make us
told
way
you.
more depressed.
I told you. We have exams soon too, so
Yeah.
give us a bit of a break.
0.6. The central question: same coin or different concepts? So this is again tying back
This is
to the beginning, where it's like, are good and bad like two sides of the same coin, or are they two completely different concepts that just happen to clash perfectly? And if they're two sides of the same coin, does this mean they're fundamentally connected, inseparable, defined by each other? Does that feel right to you?
yeah. Coming back to my old answer, no,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel right. But
Yeah.
like based on the
But we
ways that
can't
we've
do
explained
anything,
it, exactly. Like it seems like they're intertwined so closely.
Yeah,
that it
it's-
just doesn't seem right to say that they just happen to clash perfectly.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
There is some sort of inherent relationship between these two.
Yeah, I think again, like just tying back to my answer as well. I mean, it's under the context of trying to understand said concepts. Like our association of the two concepts being so fundamentally intertwined is in our effort of trying to understand these two perfectly contrasting concepts. But then I think inherently, if there was no being alive to understand such concepts, I think they exist independent of each other. I don't know if that's way too deep for the audience to digest, but yeah, feel free to pause and like take how much ever time you need to process that. But that's my answer, because again, it doesn't feel right to me either.
Right?
It's just that simple.
Exactly. Because like I said at the beginning, I want to believe people do it just because it's the right thing to do, not because that's how you want to get treated, not because you get good consequences out of it, or not because if you don't do it, you go to hell, or because karma, just because it is the right thing to do.
Yeah,
'cause
but
it's-
that's sadly not the truth. So, yeah. But if they are completely different concepts that just oppose each other, does that mean one could theoretically exist without the other? And could there be a universe of pure good with no bad? Again, tying back, like my answer is yes. And quote unquote, universe of pure good is heaven in the afterlife. But again, that's defined with the context of hell being its contrasting option. So. Any comments from you, or just move on?
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm just gonna say no. It doesn't exist.
Cool. Alright. I think this aligns with yours.
This is the
more.
world we get. This is
Yeah, but I think this
We
aligns. I think this aligns more with what you were saying. Like maybe it's a spectrum. Like good and bad are just opposite ends of the same spectrum of morality, and most things exist somewhere in the middle. What are your thoughts on that?
yeah context because of context. Yeah.
Ah,
I've been broken.
I think we've been broken every episode.
We've been broken since every episode, and this is
like
this is the one episode where you can really see it.
Yeah, it's. I feel like to maintain my sanity, I just need to take a deep breath from time to time because this is
We're almost done. Come on. We're
is
almost there. We're almost there.
ridiculous.
We're almost there.
last point though. You can take this
All
away.
right, cool. This one?
7.
7? Oh, 7. All right,
Yeah.
all right. All right. Personal definitions and gray zones.
So here the context is
Ooh,
us.
the
We don't have
context is-
we don't have to worry about everybody else and the world and
Just
whatever.
us.
Just us.
Just us.
Just good old Kevin and Nick.
Just-
Nick and Kevin.
All right, so
All right.
how do you personally define good and bad? Are there things you consider absolutely good or absolutely bad? No context needed. Or is everything situational for you?
Okay. We can start with you first because mine is way more black and white.
Oh, because
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
religion.
Okay, while I'll tell my you think about how phrasing your answer.
There's
Okay.
probably definitely some hard lines I wouldn't cross.
Yeah.
Uh,
That you would consider bad and good.
but then I could also say that could also depend because I haven't been challenged on these ideals either. So like murder, I've never been
You've never
put
murdered
in that
anybody.
position where murder is a choice. So, I don't know. As much as I want to say it hard.
What do you think, like, again, this is a common scenario, but just tying back to the 1,000 players thingy. When Flux was going to going to commit the assassinations, what he said was, if you were to betray one to save thousands, well, in his case, hundreds, would you? So I would ask you the same question.
Especially in this context, no.
Hmm.
No. In his context, no.
Okay.
Because Island 1,
Yeah, didn't give a
right?
shit.
they didn't do anything in the end
Yeah.
either, right? And even then, what was his fear based upon? It was
Propaganda.
but propaganda that was made in the first week and that died down.
Not a week,
not
the
week,
first
the first
2
day.
days.
First day, and then
Yeah.
died down.
Like day
And
3.
the rest of the days, right?
Yeah.
So his fear was completely baseless. So in that context, especially, no, I would not. I would
Okay.
not.
But let's say it was necessary.
It was
Like
necessary.
outside of the context of that story now. Let's say like you were there are so many movies and like stuff there. Like, if you kill this one person, you will save million. That's pretty much
It's like the train trolley problem.
yeah, it's every other Mission Impossible movie technically. If Ethan were just to sacrifice his one teammate, the movie would end right there, and all the problems would be solved. But he doesn't because he can't.
Like
whatever.
I can tell you the answer
Yeah,
of what I think I'm gonna do, but like I
you
said,
can't tell for sure.
I just can't tell for sure because I've never been in that position, and I can't confidently say to you that's a line I will
Yeah,
not
yeah,
cross
yeah.
because I've never been in that position where I've been presented with the option to cross that line or not.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm only human after all, so
Yeah.
I can't guarantee you
But
anything.
but even if you do cross that line, would that change your definition of what good and bad is?
I hope not.
Because let's say, like, for example, you're put in a situation where you have the choice to murder or not murder at the cost of self-preservation, and you end up murdering a person. Would that mean that now you think that murder under that context is correct? Or would that still mean that you think it's still bad, and you did a bad thing? Like, how would you interpret that?
I would interpret it as I did a bad thing out of necessity for self-preservation,
Okay.
but the guilt is for sure going to weigh on me.
Okay. Cool.
At least that's.
I think that gives a good answer to
I hope.
yeah.
I hope that's what I will do.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said before, mine is more black and white. Even apart from religion, like, that's just how I think. It's there is absolute good, there's absolute bad. But I also do not deny that there is situational good and situational bad. But I think it all stems from the absolute good and bads, and like I think
I also want to fake that, but like I said, there's no guarantees. We're all humans. I'm only human.
But okay, but when you say there's no guarantee, like I think, like you're saying it from the perspective of like how you would act, right? But that doesn't change the definition of good and bad.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying it changes it. I'm just saying.
Okay, so you're just trying to say that if push comes to shove, it's okay to do a bad thing.
Not even that. I'm
Okay.
saying that I can't guarantee if.
Oh, you personally?
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Same for me. Like, I mean, I think I touched this upon in identities, one of the parts, part 1 or part 2, I don't remember. But I mean, I did something that I'm not really particularly proud of, and I never thought that I would do. But when I was put in that situation, I did that. And now that I've had that experience, if I were to be put in that situation again, I would not do that again because I know now. So yeah, but again, that did not change what I think was good or bad. Like I didn't try to justify myself. I just knew like I did a bad thing. Anyway, though, but yeah, I mean, next one, like have your definitions of good and bad changed as you've gotten older, and what caused those shifts?
I would say they probably haven't changed. They just became more defined and clearer.
Okay.
Well, I say that, but they really not that much as well.
Hmm.
Not that much, right?
Okay.
We're still young adults. We're still figuring out the world.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the
Yeah.
potential is there.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, yeah, it has changed.
It has changed.
Not quite a bit, but like, well, I guess it's more similar to what you said. It's like widened or gained more understanding of the two concepts.
Mhm.
But I would say it's become less rigid in my case.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Like I've started, I would say started, but it's been a while. but like I give more, not more, but I give context its due importance. Because before it would be, I would like as a kid I would see things as very black and white. 'Cause that's just how I was. Well, not how I was. That's not how I was raised, but that's how I interpreted a lot of stuff that I was raised with. But then obviously as I grew older and gained more understanding and got to know more people, because things really don't get real to you unless you firsthand witness it. And getting to meet all types of different people from all types of different situations who have done all types of different things.
There's the next big thing to that.
Yeah, really helped with me trying to give a more justifiable definition of good and bad in my mind, or a more fair definition of good and bad. So yeah, and what caused those shifts? Meeting new people is one of the fundamental ones that did. So yeah, and yeah, just being exposed to different situations and also seeing how I reacted in those situations, and
Oh, yeah, for sure.
getting to see that maybe like I'm not as good as I think I am, or whatever. But yeah, you can take the next one.
Do you think most people are good? Most people are bad? Most people are just...
No, you skip the one before that.
Oh, I skipped the one before? Oh, my bad. Yeah, this is the harder one. I wish...
You skipped the purpose, huh?
Damn it. Damn it. What do you think about the gray areas?
Mm.
The things that are kind of good, kind of bad at the same time.
Mm.
Or what do you do with the gray area? Sorry.
I just accept it exists and move on. And I try to avoid it the best that I can.
No, don't avoid it. I don't think that's a solution.
No, avoid it like me falling into those gray area situations where I have to do something that's kind of good, kind of bad. Because I don't like the ambiguity in that. And I don't want to feel guilt for something that I shouldn't.
I'd say don't avoid them. Because you're going to face them anyways.
No, if I'm faced with them, I have no other choice to face them, and I will. It's not like I'll, just not confront the problem. But if I had a choice to avoid a gray area situation, like doing a gray area thing, and versus just doing something that's objectively good or objectively bad or whatever. I would rather choose the objective one because at least then I know where I stand. Because I just don't like the ambiguity that comes with the gray area thing.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and especially if it's something iffy, I don't like living with guilt that I don't know whether I should have or not.
I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is either. Should you face them? Should you not? I want to say face them because it's part of life. It's part of the
I mean,
experience
of course,
living.
if you're forced into it and like you have no other choice, face them, face it with
Courage?
everything
I
you've
don't
got,
know.
everything
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
got.
That's a better answer.
Yeah, and hope and pray that you come out on the right side of it. But if you do come out on the bad side of it, it's also okay. It's you're not hopeless. Why is my stomach growling so much? Jesus, it's not hopeless. But yeah, yeah, okay. You do have anything else? Yeah, okay,
no,
cool.
I have nothing else to add.
Do you think most people are good, or most people are bad, or most people are just people doing
People.
a mix of them? Okay.
People. They're
Same.
just people.
Same.
Especially if you don't know them. They're just people.
Yeah. I think this kind of touches upon like that, the first attempt when we did the first
Oh, yeah.
episode of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
perspectives, and
Yeah.
we were trying to tell that how as kids we would just like classify people as good or bad depending on their behavior or whatever.
Yeah.
But now as we've grown older, we try to look for the context. behind it.
Exactly, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we're all just people. We're all imperfect. We're all flawed.
We all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes. And what really matters is that how you learn from those mistakes and what you do from that learning
Yeah.
or with
we
that
just-
learning.
Yeah, we just have to be more self-aware about ourselves and our surroundings. I just completely stole that from a line from our video. I don't know. I don't know who the original guy is.
Credit to whoever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what clip I'm talking about, right?
Which one?
It's like a video. It's this guy. There's two guys. He's talking with a microphone. He only has one mic. He goes back and forth. And there's a person that walks by through the camera, or like in front of them, in front of the camera. And it's like people are just walking by, like they don't notice us recording.
Yeah.
And then he made that whole comment of us needing to be more aware of ourselves and our surroundings.
Yeah. It's like the
Whatever
he's
we have,
interviewing a guy,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever we have going on, everybody has going on. Which is,
Yeah, credit to that dude. But yeah, you can
It's a great quote.
you can get us to the finish line with the last question.
If somebody asked you right now, are you a good person? How would you answer? And more importantly, how would you justify that? Oh, fuck you. How would you justify the answer?
So, are you
No.
a good person?
You first. Are you a good person?
Okay. Am I good? Am I a good person? When I asked myself that in the first episode of this podcast
Yes.
of like perspectives, which is there on this channel now, you can scroll down and go.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. I made a comment of I believe that I'm not a good person, or I wouldn't say I'm a good person. I have since grown from that view. And
how long has it been since that first episode? Actually, almost 2 months.
2 months ago, yeah.
Almost 2 months.
I have gained a better understanding of myself through making these episodes. And now, when you ask me, are you a good person? I would say, I try my best to be. I to the outside world and to just normal people who see me, I believe I'm a good person.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that makes me hesitate in saying that I'm not, the only thing that makes me hesitate in saying definitively that I am a good person is I know the thoughts that I think sometimes. Okay, I don't want to insinuate like I'm not thinking like murderous world domination, not like so. Like in the sense of like,
Intrusive thoughts?
intrusive thoughts, mild inconveniences, and being frustrated with those, and like sometimes,
Okay.
like if like someone of no importance to me, like I'm just watching a video or maybe I'm at a speech or something, or actually no, if I'm at like a lecture, and they just keep going on and on and on and on and on, and I just think to myself, I wish that I could be deaf right now. Or I wish I could just leave in this moment. And that's not a good thing to think. And because of thoughts like that, is why I hesitate when I try to think of myself as a good person. But I can very confidently say that those bad thoughts don't reflect in my actions, at least.
Okay.
Like whenever it is to other people, I do my best to be the best person I can be to those people. I treat them with as much respect as I can, as much value as yeah, as much value as I feel for them, and yeah, as much appreciation as I have for them. So yeah. Are you a good person? And how do you justify that? Your answer. Blows raspberries.
I try.
Mm.
I say that, but at the same time, I feel like I also don't try sometimes. So
What makes you say that? What makes you don't try?
I don't know. It's just you know when you have like those moments where you say you're gonna do this, but you just don't do it at the end.
But that I don't. Does that necessarily make you a bad person or not a good person?
But for me, it's with more specific stuff, like the at least what would be the word? The lightest scenario? No, that doesn't sound right. But like an example would be like sometimes it's a very bad habit of mine, ghosting parents or people that text me, like that. I say I'm gonna text them,
Well, yeah,
and
true.
I just
Okay.
never get around to it.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
say
a
I'm gonna
problem
try.
I
I'm
face as well.
gonna try again. I just don't do it. It's just not, yeah. I try. That's all I can say. That's my answer.
You try your best.
I try.
All right, that brings us back. Well, not back, but that brings us to the end of this very, very challenging episode, I would say. I mean, it was fun though.
No, it was fun.
I liked how even though of how ambiguous it was, we were quite. I think we approached it quite straightforwardly, and I like that.
Hey, we finished an hour early.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a 2 hour, 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
Hooray to that.
Hooray to that indeed. But yeah, I'm happy with how we discussed this.
I'm happy with it. Yeah.
And I'm just happy we could make an episode on this. I mean, because I expressed to Nick before, I was really having trouble with writing the script for this
Yeah.
one because
Yeah. When did you finish it, actually?
day before yesterday, 2 days ago.
Thought so. I thought so. I knew it.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
Mhm.
This one really made me think and challenge myself a lot. So, but yeah, in the end, I'm happy that we got to, and I'm happy that it was just the two of us actually. Like I feel like some topics, as much as fun as having guests on the podcast is, I think some topics I just want to have a conversation with my friend. And even though all the guests are friends, this is different. So yeah,
Bromance going. No, no,
yeah,
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, thank you for being my
No,
partner.
no, yeah. Thank you for
Um,
making me
and
the co-host.
yeah. Anyways, in other news, equipment has
Oh,
arrived.
okay. I was.
Yeah, no, just giving updates on like different
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. No, no.
Because
That's
yeah,
good. That's
yeah.
good.
If you
Hit
don't care about anything, you can leave the episode. Peace. But yeah,
like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell.
yeah, yeah. If you want. But yeah, in other news, equipment has arrived.
Not
But
all the equipment, technically.
yeah, we went on a bit of a expedition today. To get the stands for the new mics, but apparently it's
Expensive.
expenny, and
So we just bought them online.
there were alternative options online which made much more sense. But yeah, hopefully I think you should be
Next week,
seeing
hopefully.
the new equipment next episode. So don't look forward to it because I'm not promising that. But hey, if you see two big mics in thumbnail, just letting you know
Equipment is here.
it is here and it's going to give you sublime audio quality. So not sublime, but yeah. Apart from that, we have. This is something that I haven't even told you, so you're gonna
Really?
you're gonna be
Okay.
surprised. But
Right.
I'm gonna drop a bomb right now.
All right, hit me. Hit me.
We have stopped uploading to Spotify.
Oh, damn, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Reason being, the video files have now
Because of that.
with the improvement of my editing skills, the video files have been getting bigger, and it's just much more of a hassle to upload it to Spotify, where in the first place we do have a few listeners, but it's nothing compared to YouTube.
How much is it
What?
in Spotify?
Well, I'll tell you that off camera.
All right, cool. Yeah, then that's a good idea. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, yeah.
Good point. Good point.
But yeah, so you catch your episodes on YouTube now. Cool. Apart from that, is there anything else? Yeah, not really. Oh yeah. Also, this is also another thing that I haven't discussed with you, but I don't think you would mind it as much.
No, it's fine. I probably won't mind. I'm just being
Yeah.
dramatic here.
Episodes will now come out on Sundays rather than Saturdays because university's getting busy. and exams, and like just the general studying shit is getting too much. Not too much, but like managing both things is getting too much. And having that extra day to just focus on this helps. So yeah, episodes will now come out on Sundays, midnight, hopefully midnight as usual. Also, yeah, I apologize for this is a week later, so it's a very delayed apology. But in our perspective, this is the
You
day.
can post something in the community post, actually, if you want to.
True. Yeah. No. Yeah. We should start doing that. You're right. But yeah, still, I apologize for the delay for the
Last week's episode, yeah.
loneliness episode.
Life. Let's just say
Yeah.
life. Let's just say life.
And
Yeah.
for what it's worth, I stayed up till 3 a.m. editing the thing and making sure that I could
He's made a sacrifice.
I could
Give
at
him a
least
break.
get it out
Give him
on
a
Sunday. But anyway, that's all that I have to say. Do you have any bombs to drop? Or?
break. I have 8 exams this week. I'm kidding. It's not that. No, it is. It actually is that bad. I just figured out a way how to spread them out.
Yeah.
Not this week either, but it's fine.
Hmm.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. You can interact with us down below in the comments.
Yes, sir.
We have an Instagram as well, which you can also use to communicate with us. And
Through
of course,
DMs.
yeah.
And
of
an
course-
NGO link.
And yeah, there's also the NGO link in Instagram. And don't forget to follow us there as well.
Yeah. And YouTube has finally allowed me to put the Instagram profile link in the description. So, link in the description if you want to just, a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Movie magic as well. You can just put the link here.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah. Yeah, we hope you have a great week ahead, and we will see you next week.
Context matters. Bye.
Oh, wait.
No.
That reminds. Okay.